NewsX, I'm Madhavdas Gopalakrishnan, and on this bulletin, we bring you a horrifying truth which exposes Pakistan's atrocities and shames the terror state further. After atrocities on Balochis and Pak-occupied residents, their target are the minorities. It's Pakistan's dirtiest secret which is out in the open, and if this doesn't make the world leaders sanction Pakistan, then nothing will. Hindu girls are abducted, sexually assaulted and forcibly married off to older men and converted to Islam. NewsX brings you several voices who expose Pakistan's horrible truth.
कैसे ले करद में ले गए नहीं तो ऐसा जी जमींदार बुद्धि नहीं तो कमदार बुद्धि नहीं तो कह रहा है पासा वारे बुद्धि ऐसे तो गरीबी नहीं तो ऐसा कुछ कोर्टे नहीं बुद्धि टंडालिया वारे कोर्टे कौन बुद्धि ऐसा जी तो गरीब बुद्धि ऐसे जो क्या कौन बुद्धि धिका ऐसा के दिना कढ़िया बार जोरी छोकरी के लेके गया है
मेरे ऊपर बदिन जिले में हमला हुआ था, उमरकोट में हमला हुआ था मेरे ऊपर, इधर मेरे घर पर हमला हुआ था। 2 चक्कर तो मेरे घर पर हमला हुआ, इस घर पर 2 चक्कर हमला हुआ। अभी डॉक्टर है इधर ग्रीन वाले यही सोच रहे हैं तभी आपको पता नहीं इधर को मार नहीं जावे, हम सारे मिलके आपकी मदद करें तो आप शहर में आ जाओ तो सही बात है।
Whenever their employer wants to take them away, wants to abuse them, he can, because the law enforcing agencies, mostly the police, they never support a poor or a marginalized person when he comes and makes a complaint on police station.
There is a major problem of the forced conversion. So many girls, immature girls below the age of 18 years, mostly has been kidnapped and keep it in the landlord house or in the madrasa, and then after 15 days the nikah nama will be present in the court that girl is with free will has been converted and accepted the Islam and she has been now married and you have no right to talk with them.
ऐसे हैं वहाँ पे जो किसान ज्यादा तौर पे बेचारे हिंदू हैं बेचारे, मगर वो बेचारे वो सारी जिंदगी जब हिसाब के टेप पे आ जाते हैं तो उनको कहते भाई तो 3-4 लाख रुपए कर्जा आप पे और भी है, सारी जिंदगी वो गुलामी की तरह गुजारते हैं और गुलामी की तरह रहते हैं। तो बहू बेटियों की तो बात अलग है, बहू बेटियों की तो बात अलग है, पर जिंदगी वो है ना वो गुलामी की तरह रहती है। कुल मिला के बात यही है, जब गुलाम हो गया जब जमींदारों का तो उनके कुछ भी व्यवहार कर लो, इसी जिंदगी गुजारे, जिंदगी उनकी ऐसे जो नरक की तरह वो जिंदगी गुजारे। सारे हिंदू जो पाकिस्तान में रह रहे सारे हिंदू नरक की तरह गुजार रहे हैं।
आप बताइए, जब आप वहाँ पे जो अमीर जो मनी लेंडर होते हैं, साहूकार लोग होते हैं, पैसे नहीं देते हैं, तो उसके बाद वो लड़कियों को उठा के ले जाते हैं, घर का सामान उठा के, कितना मुश्किल था जब आप पाकिस्तान में थे?
बहुत डर लगता था वहाँ पे हमारे को, जब खेती बाड़ी पोखने जाते, जब मजदूरी मिलती थी वो ले जाते थे। ऐसे बच्चे और जवान लड़की हो जाती है उसको उठा के ले जाते हैं, छोटी उम्र में शादी कर देते हैं। हमारे को नहीं यहाँ पे नागरिकता चाहिए बस।
पहले तो बात पाकिस्तान के अंदर गवर्नमेंट नाम की कोई चीज है नहीं, गवर्नमेंट तो है ही नहीं। वो ढिंडोरा पीटते रहते हैं कि हमारे पास जमहूरियत है, जमहूरियत का नाम तो सिर्फ उन कि हमारे पास जमहूरियत है, जमहूरियत का नाम तो सिर्फ उनके लिए है, सिर्फ मुसलमानों के लिए। हिंदुओं के लिए क्या है? मुझे आज दिखाओ कि हिंदू पाकिस्तान के अंदर कौन सी सोसाइटी में रहते हैं, कचरे में कोड़े में कौन से सोसाइटी में रहते हैं। सिर्फ उनको जो है ना कमजोर करके रखा जाता है।
तो पुलिस वगैरह के पास जब जाते थे कि ऐसा हो गया है, किसी लड़की को उठा के ले गए हैं, किसी जबरदस्ती धर्म बदलवा दिया गया, क्या आंसर मिलता था आपको?
देखो ना, पहले ही हम कह चुके हैं कि गवर्नमेंट नाम की कोई चीज है नहीं। अब मुसलमान वो अपना है, अपने तो फिर अपने होते हैं, चाहे बुरा हो भला हो अपना अपना होता है। वहाँ का कानून ये है।
It's time that human rights organizations across the world take care of human rights violations that have been taking place in Pakistan in the most outrageous way. And the incident of the girl getting kidnapped, forcibly married into a different religion just because their parents are not able to pay debts is a very serious issue, and the Pakistani establishment must act on this.
And in breaking news coming in, the MEA spokesperson has reacted on Pakistan atrocities, says under Pakistan government's jurisdiction, this is what is happening. Let's take a listen in to what Vikas Swarup has said a short while ago.
As far as the issue of protection of minority rights is concerned, that's an internal matter for the government of Pakistan, and we hope that they will abide by their responsibility to ensure that every citizen of Pakistan has an equal stake there and nobody feels discriminated.
Well, that was the Indian government's official reaction there, saying that they hope that Pakistan government looks into this internal issue and upholds the rights of minorities. I have with me Tariq Fatah to discuss this entire story with me. When you see these reactions, what is your first reaction? I mean, do you think that this sort of a situation where, in fact, common citizens are running from pillar to post, their daughters being abducted just because they have debt, being forcibly converted and married off, in which society is this acceptable, Mr. Fatah?
Well, obviously it's acceptable in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. We are talking of the province of Sindh, and I've personally been to these areas where Munabao, the city across the border on the Rajasthan side, Amarkot, and then Tharparkar, which is further south. These are the only districts with some semblance of Hindu presence left in Pakistan. And young girls, and the Times of India report also is quite horrific, especially if they are pretty. That's the misfortune. They'll be picked up. One of the girls was just simply disappeared because in the oppressive heat of Sindh in the summer, the family sleeps out. And when the family woke up, the 16-year-old was missing. She was found months later, converted to Islam, refusing to talk to her own mother. And these are international reports. There's horror being committed. And mind you, it seems dismissive, but it's not just the Hindus who are being persecuted. At other level, the Baloch are being bombarded. There are at least 10 people who are killed every day by the Pakistan military.
We will come to that issue. We will come to that issue, certainly. But I'd like to first highlight this particular aspect that we've had caught on tape, the misery or the completely unacceptable situation that all of these people are. And in fact, our reporter is there, Rahul Gautam, with several of these refugees from Pakistan who are there right here in the national capital. But I want to ask Fawad Chaudhry, former advisor to the Pakistan Prime Minister, who joins us at this point in time. Fawad, how is it possible that so many people, there's absolutely no rule of law, the entire administration doesn't even look at I'm afraid we've lost that line with Fawad Chaudhry. We will try and reconnect that line once again. Let's go across to the refugee colony where Rahul Gautam is currently. Rahul, just talk to a few of the people and then ask them the kind of difficulties that they've had to undergo in Pakistan.
Well, absolutely. Right now I am at Majnu Katila, and here 120 families were escaped from Pakistan after suffering a lot of persecution at the behest of the majority community. The people are here basically from the Sindh region, and they are the landless laborers. And I had interacted with many of them, and they were saying that they have suffered a lot by the hands of landlords, rich landlords, who have abducted their daughters, and they have made them slaves and bonded labor. Let's talk to some of the people and ask that what they've been through when they were in Pakistan. आप ये बताइएगा सोनू जी कि आप वहाँ पे जब आप थे कितना मुश्किल था आपका जीवन, आप जो वहाँ पे जमींदार थे कितनी जुल्म किया करते थे?
ऐसे हैं जो वहाँ हम पाकिस्तान में जैसे 1947 के बंटवारे के बाद 20 साल 30 साल 40 साल जिंदगी अच्छी गुजार ली हमने, क्यों किसान लोग हम हरी लोग हैं, मगर उनके बाद जो 10 15 20 साल हो गया आदमी दिखते हैं बहुत लोगों को आने लग गई, इतनी आने लग गई ज्यादा
क्या दिक्कतें आई हैं?
हाँ, ऐसे हम तो किसान हैं, जमींदारी के हिसाब से लूटपाट और जो ऐसे जो हमारे लड़के लूट जाए उनको तो भाई 2 लाख रुपए दे दो उनको छोड़ देंगे, 5 लाख दे दो छोड़ देंगे, बड़ा कारोबार हमारे को करने नहीं देते हैं। पहली बार ये है। दूसरी बात ये है तो वहाँ जिंदगी मैंने गवा।
लड़कियों के साथ भी जुल्म होता था, उनके साथ उनको धर्म बदलवाने की कोशिश की जाती थी।
ऐसे हैं, बहुत हैं ऐसे। हमारी एक कट्टरवादी जो मुसलमान है, कट्टरवादी मुसलमान है, ऐसे नहीं अच्छे कोई मुसलमान भी अच्छे हैं। जो कट्टरवादी जो मुसलमान वहाँ पे जो है ना जुमायत जो फैलाने वाले जो कट्टरवादी है, बिल्कुल कट्टरवादी ऐसे हैं, बहुत सारे हैं। हिंदू ये हमारे एक कास्ट थोड़ी है हिंदुओं की, बहुत कास्ट है हिंदुओं की, तो उसी में बहुत ज्यादा तौर पे बहुत लोगों से ऐसे अत्याचारी हुई है, बहुत हुई है।
Rahul, I'd ask you to hold on. Yeah, hold on. Ask them. We will come back to them. We will come back to them shortly. We also have Fawad Chaudhry, former advisor to the Pakistan Prime Minister, joining us at this point of time. Mr. Chaudhry, how is it possible? How is it acceptable in this day and age? So many people who are complaining about this kind of tyranny that they're having to face, their daughters being abducted. And what's worse is that the administration refuses to take action, police refusing to file complaints. I'm afraid we have trouble connecting with Fawad Chaudhry. Once again, I apologize for this poor line. We will try and once again reconnect with Fawad Chaudhry. But Tariq Fatah, what kind of explanation can the government really have? I mean, it's completely unacceptable that the police and authorities refuse to take cognizance of what is existing on ground, these kind of atrocities that are being committed.
The Sindhi Hindu refugee said it very well. There is no government in that part of the region. There is no government in the whole of Pakistan, but especially if you are a Hindu, if you live in a town where the majority of the population is Hindu, and that to low caste or poor farmers, you have to understand there are 2 million slaves who live in Pakistan. 2 million. Pakistan on the slavery index is a number 2 country. These are bonded laborers. They are taken away. They have to work their entire lives to pay off debts.
Shocking.
But that is one aspect of it. That will include a lot of poor Muslim farmers as well, or farm labor. But in the case of the Hindus, the main aspect of the Kattarpanthis, as the gentleman said, was to convert them to Islam, to make sure that the young women that are coming up, they become Muslim. So you basically annihilate or make sure that there is no future generation coming out from the Sindhi Hindu community. And I'd also say I'm disappointed in how the Indian government's reaction to this is. I mean, you can't just shrug it off. A problem in Sindh is a problem for Hind. You cannot just say, well, this is an internal matter of Pakistan. Pakistan should deal with its own mistreatment of Hindus, and that's it. No. If Hindustan is a country, if India is a country, the interests of people in the region who are persecuted, whether they are Hindus in Bangladesh or Hindus in Pakistan.
And the irony is that Pakistan claims that minorities in India or in Jammu and Kashmir are not treated well, whereas look at the ground reality of how there is actually not just persecution but forced conversion taking place, Mr. Fatah.
Well, the problem is a whole lot of people in India swallow the Pakistani propaganda quite easily, and in the quest to be liberal or open-minded or diversity-oriented, they swallow the crap that comes from this Aman Ki Asha Tamasha. And a lot of damage has been done by giving the wrong perception of what Pakistan is. You can get a whole lot of pretty Pakistani journalists and upper-class people visit Delhi and hobnob in press clubs. But the reality they will never tell you is perception of what Pakistan is. You can get a whole lot of pretty Pakistani journalists and upper-class people visit Delhi and hobnob in press clubs. But the reality they will never tell you is that in the Hindu majority city of Karachi in 1947, today the Hindus can't be seen. There is no Hindu other than people who pick up to clean the toilets or clean human waste. That has become the symbol associated with Hindus in Pakistan. And if you talk to their own community just across the border, I see complete, an oblivious attitude. I mean, so what if they are suffering over there? Our lives are good in India, that's what matters.
Well, certainly time for all in India to really take notice of the kind of atrocities that are being committed on Hindus there in Pakistan. Perhaps, Rahul, if you can go across to those people who are joining you from Pakistan, refugees who are living in India currently, and ask them, what would they request the Indian government to do on this? Because we've seen the Indian government's reaction. Tell them that the government has said that it's an internal matter of Pakistan, only appealing that the rights of minorities are protected. What do they feel the Indian government should do? Should they take up this matter in a strong way?
Well, let's say we ask this question to people who have migrated from Pakistan to India. Sir, the Indian government ने कहा है कि ये पाकिस्तान का अंदरूनी मामला है और इसमें कुछ ज्यादा वो कर नहीं सकते. कैसे क्या डिमांड क्या चाहते हैं आप, सरकार क्या करे आपके लिए?
देखो, पाकिस्तान के अंदर तो तकलीफें थी, वहां पर कोई जमहूरियत नहीं है, हुकूमत नाम की कोई चीज नहीं. अगर हुकूमत होती तो दहशत ना होती, अगर हुकूमत होता तो जुल्म ना होता, आतंक पैदा ना होता. ठीक है, अब यहाँ भारत में भी कुछ समस्याएं हैं, वीजा नहीं लग रही है, पासपोर्ट खत्म होए जा रहे हैं, वीजा के बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो गए हैं, वीजा तो कोई देने के लिए तैयार ही नहीं है.
Well, yes, certainly, of course, issues there. Rahul, I'll come right back to you. I'm told we have got a phone line with Fawad Chaudhry, once again, the former advisor to the Pakistan Prime Minister. Let's go across, Mr. Chaudhry. If you can hear me, sir, the question to you is very simple. How can we have a situation where such atrocities are repeatedly committed over so many people and yet the administration fails to bring justice to them?
Well, frankly, the question is being raised by a channel based in India where yesterday a person has been arrested for wearing a jersey who was a Shahid Afridi's fan, and he was arrested only for showing his love for Shahid Afridi. Just a month back, people have been killed for eating beef. Such questions are not. I mean, you have audacity.
No, you can't compare the two. I'm sorry. That is a completely unfair comparison. Tariq Fatah, would you like to counter what Mr. Chaudhry is trying to do?
Well, Chaudhry Sahib is playing the Pakistan deflection attitude. I mean, this reverse sweep doesn't work. You talk about the mistreatment of Hindus in Pakistan, Chaudhry Sahib. Don't try to deflect on other issues. What has happened to the Hindus of Pakistan?
Indian-owned Prime Minister is involved in killing of Muslims.
Forget about that.
That's a completely wild charge. I'm sorry. At this point of time, we're talking about issues that have been addressed in India. There is, in reference to the entire comment that you made regarding people being killed for eating beef, it is not even the issue that we're discussing. But the big question over here is, this is why Pakistan perhaps is not able to deal with these issues, because you refuse to even face them.
Sir, why don't you talk about the attacks on Christian villages in Punjab?
Tyrant government, and you are putting this question to me. You people are so short-minded. You have this audacity to ask Pakistan that this is happening to the minorities where the people.
What is wrong with you?
Can you deny this, Mr. Chaudhry? A simple question: are you denying all that is taking place on ground in Sindh? Are you denying the video? Are you? This clearly seems to be an ostrich mentality. You're burying your head in the sand, refusing to accept reality that's all around you.
We have a Hindu chief justice here in Pakistan. We have no such problem there. The problem is that your mindset is so narrow that you are trying to portray Pakistan as...
Well, I certainly hope you have similar comments about mindset of
2 million
authorities there.
You have 2 million slaves in Pakistan. On the International Slavery Index, you are #1. You have slaves living in Pakistan, bonded labor.
Shocking in this day and age.
And the audacity to come back and lecture India about human rights.
We don't have a prime minister who is butcher. We have a we don't have that prime. We have not elected a prime minister involved in.
I'm sorry. That line of argument is completely unacceptable, Mr. Chaudhry. That is a completely unacceptable line. The issue is not about the prime minister over here. The issue is about basic human rights, which the Pakistan government and the administration is completely failing in. Your authorities are unable to provide justice. Your police refuses to lodge complaints. That's not something that will happen in India. If an issue was raised by now, there would have been action taken. People have been arrested had this happened in any corner of India.
Here's the issue. If this educated man from Pakistan holds such vicious views and has such contempt for its minorities, can you imagine what's happening on the ground? Can you imagine the Muslim extremists, what they do to Christians and Hindus in Pakistan? What you are doing to the Muslim Baloch of Pakistan? You should be ashamed of yourself for you to be the advisor of a former prime minister and a television host? For goodness sake, wake up. This is not the 12th century, it's the 21st.
Don't do that.
No, but please stick to the debate then, Mr. Chaudhary. You are levying all sorts of wild allegations and charges not expected of a person who's of the stature of an advisor to the Prime Minister. Please discuss the issue at hand. You are making all sorts of charges on every issue, refusing to address the issue at hand that is being discussed, the video footage, the statements of people. Do you deny them? Can you deny the reality about how people, minorities are mistreated in Pakistan?
In which people have been killed for eating beef should not have this topic.
And action was taken. Action was taken. The law and order machinery, the justice machinery, the criminal justice machinery worked over there
But
and
nobody's
continues to work.
answerable to you.
Nothing is working over there. In any case, no one is answerable to you.
Yeah,
Please talk
absolutely.
about your own government and your own actions on ground over there.
If this is the advice Pakistani prime ministers get, can you imagine what is the level of the Pakistani
No
prime minister?
surprises. No surprises there. Really.
What you guys are
Unless you abuse a foreign country's elected, democratically elected prime minister, you can't have a simple bed rest.
It's not my claim. It's a Gujarat Commission claim. It's not my claim.
You talk about Gujarat. You talk about.
Again, you don't know what is Gujarat. You can't even spell the word Gujarat. You have banned the Gujarati language in Karachi. What are you talking about? You have no idea of what India is. You live in those rat holes and you talk and spill venom against Hindustan? How dare you?
And bad minorities while sitting in India.
It is because of people like you that 3 million Bangladeshis died. Because your arrogance, you sit there and say nothing to condemn any evil done in the name of Pakistan or Islam.
In a country where Sikhs have been slaughtered, where Muslims have been slaughtered.
I'm sorry, this argument is completely...
This guy is on a record.
Absolutely, Mr. Chaudhary, I'm afraid we have to take a short break now. We'll be back on the discussion right after this break. Welcome back. This is the debate that we are having. Continuing discussion. Fawad Chaudhary, former advisor to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, is with us, as well as Tariq Fatah, known author. But I'd like to go on ground where my colleague Rahul Gautam is with several of those refugees from Pakistan who are here in India and continue to live here. I'd like to, Fawad Chaudhary, if you'd like to hear what people from Pakistan are saying. This, I hope, will open your eyes and at least give you a sense of reality of what people really have to undergo on ground. Rahul, go ahead and ask them. This is the kind of reaction that we are getting from Pakistan. The administration completely refusing to accept any kind of responsibility for the kind of violations that they as individuals have suffered.
Well, let's talk to some women and ask them that what is the life of a poor minority women there. मैम आप बताइएगा कितना मुश्किल है वहाँ पे जीवन आपका, कितनी परेशानी हुई जब आप बड़े हो रहे थे?
बहुत मुश्किलें थी वहाँ पे, जब यहाँ पे आए अभी अच्छा है यहाँ पे।
बच्चे तकलीफ आया करती थी?
बहुत तकलीफें हैं, जैसे पढ़ाते नहीं है बच्ची को, लड़कियों बाहर जाती हैं उसको किडनैप कर लेते हैं और पता नहीं क्या क्या करते हैं। वो तो जैसे खेती
धर्म चेंज कराने की कोशिश करते हैं, जबरदस्ती शादी करवाई जाती है।
जबरदस्ती शादी करवाते हैं और धर्म चेंज करवाते हैं। वो बोलते हैं मुसलमान का कलमा पढ़ो तब पढ़वाएंगे। अभी यहाँ पे तो अच्छा है, हमारे को लग रहा है जैसे यहाँ पे कोई भी नहीं है, जैसे एक परिवार में आए जैसे बंटवारा कर दो यहाँ के और यहाँ के डंडा रास्ता खोल दो।
कितना मुश्किल था वहाँ पे? कितना मुश्किल थी वहाँ पे जीवन?
वहाँ पे मुश्किल ये थी जो बच्चे नहीं पढ़ते थे, नौकरी नहीं हिंदुओं की मिलती थी, वही समस्या वहाँ थी। वहाँ जो हमारे मकान थे 4 साल से आए हैं, हमारे कोई समस्या यहाँ भी नहीं हो रही है। जो बच्चे सर्दी में सारे चल रहे हैं, बहुत सर्दी यहाँ है, जो घर जले हैं उसको भी समस्या कोई नहीं हमारी इधर हो रही।
So there you heard they categorically saying that they left everything there in Pakistan because they were suffering, they were victimized by the rich landlords and the majority of the community. And here in India, they are living in a very deplorable condition. But still, they are not ready to move back or return to Pakistan. They want to live here. They're demanding that the government must give them citizenship and permanent residency in the country. And I have also some more people. Let's ask them, sir, वहाँ पे जब आप पुलिस के पास जाया करते थे कोई परेशानी को लेके, तो क्या आपको मदद मिलती थी वहाँ से?
देखो वहाँ की जो पुलिस जो है वहाँ की जो बडेरा है ना, वो बडेरा भी वो पुलिस है। वहाँ की जनता मुसलमानों की वो भी पुलिस है। हमारी तो सुनते ही नहीं है। वहाँ हिंदू जैसे है ना, हिंदू क्या, हिंदू काफर है क्या है? हिंदू है क्या? जब भी हम थोड़े से बोलते थे भाई काफर हो आप, काफर की तरह हमारी जिंदगी वहाँ गुजारते हैं। और बहू बेटियों को भी बोलते हैं काफर हो आप मुसलमान बन जाओ, आपको हुरे मिलेंगी, आपको जन्नत मिलेगा।
All right, Rahul, I'm afraid we'll have to leave it there at the moment. And I'd like to also thank our guests, Fawad Chaudhry as well as Tariq Fatah. I'm afraid we're completely out of time on this discussion, but certainly a lot that the Pakistan government has to answer for.